Hani, Bojo, Kwekwe, Tanzi, Scano. It's Kathryn, Gorman Lovelady, Director, Moonstar Lodge. It's been a very, very busy National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. We've been out speaking to a couple of groups and dealing with questions online. And although it's the evening of the day, it's important to remember that this work of reconciliation must go on as the healing goes on. So this isn't just a day about the children who have been found buried near the residential schools, because of course no school should have a graveyard ever associated with it. But it has brought up so many other issues for our people. The missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, Two-Spirit and trans peoples. It's brought up the nutrition experiments done between 1942 and 52, where the government was assessing just how little food a child could get away with before it died. We are talking today because it feeds into the issues of the 60s scoop, the involuntary sterilization, and the taking of women's babies as they came out of pregnancy. We're talking about the millennial scoop. We're talking about the fact that our people didn't even get the vote until 1960. There is not potable water on many of the reserves. The infrastructure is not there because a lot of the monies that were given, or promised rather, to Indigenous communities have not actually been given to them. And it's erroneous to assert that Indigenous people live off taxpayer dollars. We don't. We never have. These were monies promised to us and just not given. So a lot of issues have come up today and have been discussed. And the biggest question we've received is, how does one become an ally? Well, an ally can be a passive voice and supporter. Of course, read the Truth and Reconciliation, get some children's books, some Indigenous study books and read them. All the 94 propositions of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report are available online. You can help in situations like the recent election by prompting and supporting local candidates to make changes necessary, because the government represents all people. So allies have a voice on behalf of Indigenous people. But you can move past an ally and be an advocate and actively press for change in areas that still are not serving Indigenous people. And you can move from the position of advocate to agent of change. So those of you in Tiny Township, walk with us as we protect the water in the current landfill debate. Walk with us as we protect our children from human trafficking. Walk with us as we work on issues of housing and homelessness and equity. Indigenous people require resources just like anyone else, and they're not often there. I would like to thank a big miigwech to our friends and supporters here at Moonstar Lodge, and ask that whether you are an ally, an advocate, or an agent of change, that you support local Indigenous businesses in all sectors. We have a wonderful studio tour coming up this weekend with other Indigenous and Métis artists. This is a good opportunity to support our businesses. Be a friend, reach out, communicate, and help change the existing status quo. I thank you, and please know that I will be walking this journey with Brian, the journey of truth and reconciliation and healing every day, not just today, because every child matters and no school should have a graveyard attached to it. Miigwech, Nyoen, Aho.